What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Kai Havertz is linked with Liverpool once again, and he actually gave an interview speaking out about his transfer plans, about his future. So I'm really excited to tell you this news. He has spoken in the German media and this is what he said. I listened to many people, but in the end it will be my decision where I go next. I will embrace any advice Joachim Löw, the German national team manager, will give me, because he has a lot of experience. It wouldn't be smart to not listen to him. And I think Kai Havertz will move at least next summer, but maybe in the January transfer window, because I think he has outgrown Leverkusen. He is now a regular for the German national team. He actually played quite well against Argentina in a friendly, and also many big clubs want him. Manchester United, Liverpool and Bayern Munich are the three clubs that are the strongest links to him, and I think Liverpool would be, of course, the best destination for him in my opinion. But I'm not sure what Joachim Löw's opinion is. Maybe he thinks that German talent should stay in Germany, and maybe that's the advice that he will give him. By the way, if you enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like, and the Liverpool career mode is returning later on the weekend, so stay tuned for that. And this is what actually Joachim Löw said about Kai Havertz. He's supposed to be playing in Leverkusen, where he plays regularly. That's the biggest advantage for a young player like that. He made a clear decision for himself and with those around him to stay in Leverkusen. I don't know what will happen next year, but he certainly has many opportunities. I already trust him to have a very good career, absolutely, but he has already started. And I like Havertz, the national team coach, says Havertz has already done a lot with his career so far. Whoever he ends up representing next, the fans will be treated to some top class performances, because already Kai Havertz is an international superstar. He scored 20 goals in 42 games for Leverkusen, and he already has 3 goals in 10 games this season. But Leverkusen didn't start the Champions League campaign perfectly, so I think there is room for improvement there, but they are going strong in the Bundesliga, so it will be interesting to see where he ends up. And Dimitar Berbatov, who used to play in the Premier League, of course, with Tottenham and Manchester United, but he also was a Leverkusen striker. This is what he said about Kai Havertz. I have been watching him a few times this season at Leverkusen and last season as well. Many people are in fact watching him, according to Berbatov, and he's saying, I can tell you that I know that because I have big ears. I know he is talking to. Lots of scouts are watching him. He needs to improve on a lot of things to get better before he can move to a big club. If he comes to England and comes to a big club in the Premier League, he needs to work on his physique a bit. He needs to hit the gym and bulk up, probably. That's what he's saying. You don't need to be really big, but you need to be strong and lean. He's a great talent. He's good on the ball, technical, gives the right pass, and he can finish. The only way for him is up. Already I think Kai Havertz is pretty lean and he's pretty strong, but of course he can get stronger. And you don't have to be like in an incredibly muscular shape, because there are many players in the Premier League who has succeeded without actually bulking up a lot. I mean, just look at David Silva. It's all about game intelligence, and of course you need to have the fitness, the endurance to play in the Premier League, but you don't need to be a bodybuilder. You don't need to be in a bodybuilding shape to have big muscles, but of course you need to cope with really tough defenders. The Premier League has some of the toughest defenders in the world, and I think Kai Havertz has all the tools to succeed. He started off his career in Leverkusen in the Bundesliga, and he already scored 31 goals in 115 appearances. So even though he's just 20 years old, he can, of course, he can play in a variety of positions, and he already has experience. 115 games at 20 years old is a lot. And also he scored for Germany. He made it 2-0 in the friendly against Argentina, so he is already off the mark for the German national team. And I'm just really hoping that Liverpool will sign him. Is he worth £100 million? that's difficult to say, and I'm not sure if the transfer fee would be 100 million pounds. Of course, Leverkusen would probably want a bidding war between Bayern Munich and Liverpool, but I don't think it will come to that. It will come down to who Kai Havertz wants to play for next, and I'm sure that through his representatives, through his agent or whatever, people will contact either club, either Bayer Leverkusen or Bayern Munich and Liverpool, and probably the representatives will tell the big club, let's make an offer for Kai Havertz because he would be interested in joining you. So I think he will choose, and he has a good year still ahead of him at Bayer Leverkusen, where he will play almost every game and he will probably score a lot of goals from midfield. Last season he was the top scoring midfielder in the Bundesliga, I believe, and he was just outstanding. So I'm really hoping that Liverpool will sign him. At the moment he's worth about 70-80 million pounds, but if he has another stellar season, then his price will go up even more. So let me know, guys, do you want Liverpool to sign him? Let me know in the comments below. And actually, Jurgen Klopp broke another record. He is the first manager to win the Premier League Manager of the Month award in both of the first 2 months of a season since Kevin Keegan in 1995-96. That is brilliant. So Jurgen Klopp became the Manager of the Month in August and in September, both this season and last season. That is just brilliant, and that's, I think, well deserved, because Liverpool have won all 8 of their games to start the Premier League season. I still can't believe I'm saying that, but that's a fact, and I'm just really happy about that. And Steven Gerrard's assistant Michael Beale has actually spoken out about the linking Steven Gerrard to the future Liverpool manager's job. This is what he said: "We have not spoken about the potential Liverpool managerial job. It's a compliment for Gerrard, but at this moment in time, Liverpool have the best manager for them. He's the biggest Liverpool fan, Gerrard, and at this moment in time, if he had to choose a manager, it would be Jurgen Klopp. I don't think Steven is looking too far ahead. It is a big job, but obviously that is the dream, or rather the aim for him long term, to manage the club. I don't think that's any secret, but I think Gerrard needs to probably do a lot of winning trophies at Rangers if he would be even considered. And I'm sure that the owners, FSG, will consult Jurgen Klopp. And if Jurgen Klopp feels that Gerrard is ready to be the next Liverpool manager, then Gerrard might get the job, and then it will be only up to him. And I think there are already examples of pretty inexperienced managers taking over big clubs, so it can go either way. It can go down the route of Guardiola or Frank Lampard at Chelsea, even though it's very early to judge Lampard as a manager. So far he has been very good at Chelsea. Chelsea are playing a lot of young players, and they are playing good football, scoring a lot of goals and winning consistently now. But it can go the other way as well. It can go the way of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United, which has been an absolute disaster after like the first 10 or 15 games was over, the honeymoon period was over. I think that Gerrard wants the Liverpool manager job, but I think he's a very clever guy, and he knows that he only wants to become the Liverpool manager if he feels that he's ready and he's well equipped to be a successful Liverpool manager, because he wants what's best for the club. He's like you and me, a Liverpool fan, and I think that Gerrard might be ready in three and a half years when Jurgen Klopp leaves Liverpool, but there is still a long way to go until then. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. And Alex OxladeChamberlain is actually very much hyped and excited to become a new option for Liverpool FC after the international break, because he's ready, he has been training well, and he's now ready fitness wise to push on and take it to the next level. This is what he said in an interview: "For me as an individual, my goals are to get back into the team and help push this team forward a little bit more. If we can do that, I can start thinking about what I need to add to my game. For now, the next step is to help the team. I guess I feel like a new option to Jurgen Klopp compared to last season, because he didn't have me at his disposal and he wasn't able to use me. To miss out on the title last season in the way we did was heartbreaking. So as a team, we need to do better. With teams like Man City and how relentless they are, we know we have to do more. And that's what Liverpool have been doing so far. So far so good, but there is still a long way to go in the title race, so we shouldn't get carried away. But I think Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita will be two very, very important members of the squad, and they can actually help Liverpool win some games when maybe last season we drew because we didn't have that creative outlet, that goal-scoring midfielder as a starter or to come on as a substitute and decide the game. And Glenn Johnson, a former Liverpool player, said this about the title race: after the last fixtures, you have to say Liverpool are now the strong favourites for the Premier League title. 8 points is a massive advantage, and what makes it even better for them is that they are the only side who aren't dropping points. The media, the pundits and fans are going to heap pressure on them, of course, but if they can keep doing what they are doing, it's going to take a pretty good team to stop them. Manchester City are such a good side, but they are bound to hit form, and they are about to hit form sooner or later, but they've got a pretty big mountain to climb already. I think Man City will hit form, there's no doubt about that. They just have too many good players not to win a lot of games in the Premier League. But what Liverpool need to do is just focus on themselves, just win their games, and then we will be fine. Wolves defender Conor Cody, who of course played for the Liverpool Academy until he was released in 2014, he says that Liverpool have an excellent chance of beating Manchester City to the Premier League title this season. This is what he said in an interview. I know it's early doors, but I think with Liverpool this year, they don't seem to be panicking. They seem to be very calm, very cool and collected in every game. People are talking about them conceding and not keeping clean sheets, but when they do, they think it's okay because we can score another. City seemed like that last year. With Liverpool, they missed out on the Champions League the year before, and then they can kick on again because the manager is that good. I don't want to speak too soon, but they look to be going up again, which is so good to see for them. And of course, Conor Cody, I think, wants nothing more than to see Liverpool, his boyhood club, win the Premier League title, and I think Wolves made a massive, massive favour to Liverpool, and Conor Cody of course helped Wolves beat Manchester City at the Etihad. I still can't believe that result, honestly. I didn't watch the game live, I just saw the result and I was shocked, and I was so excited to watch the highlights of that game when I got home that day. I will remember that for a long time, I'm sure. And actually there are some Liverpool fans who are suggesting that Liverpool should switch formation to a 4-2-3-1 formation to actually have an even bigger chance to beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. So what do you think about that tactical switch? The suggestion is to remove one of the midfielders and to add another attacker, Origi or Shaqiri, into the attacking lineup. So we should play with Origi on the left, Mane up front, Firmino behind him and Salah on the right, or we could play with Shaqiri on the right, Salah up front, Mane on the left and Firmino behind Salah. So that way we would have a lot more attacking options, even though we would surrender a little bit of control in the midfield, but I think that we could still dominate Manchester United with that lineup. I think that the player who could make way is Jordan Henderson, who didn't look in really great form, and he also played for England in their 2-1 loss to the Czech Republic. Wijnaldum and Fabinho, I think, are a very balanced partnership. Fabinho could sit back and Wijnaldum sometimes could go forward to supplement the attack, and I think that that two in midfield could do a decent job. Or we could play Henderson and Fabinho as a midfield, two defensive midfielders, and just let the front four players roam around and create a lot of dangerous chances. But of course, this is just a suggestion and I want to hear your opinion. and I've been thinking about this as well, how Liverpool could maximize the chance of beating Manchester United. It would be such a massive result, even though Man United are in the worst form and everybody expects Liverpool to win. I still think that this will be a very tough game. Away at Man United is always a tough game, no matter where Man United are in the table. So I'm really looking forward to it. And actually there has been an interesting interview from a Dutch young striker, Danny van der Moot, who is playing for, I think, PSV Eindhoven. He actually said that he turned down a concrete offer from Liverpool FC around 6 years ago, when he was just 16 years old, according to Sport Witness, and he has regretted that decision ever since. This is what he said. If I then regret something in my life, it is that I have let the Liverpool offer go. There were more clubs from abroad with interest, but Liverpool was the most concrete offer and concrete interest on the table that I had. They showed me one day what I could expect if I started playing football there. A beautiful day and a wonderful memory forever. And I think he just has to live with that regret for the rest of his life. I mean, if a club like Liverpool comes and offers you a chance to play for them, I mean, as a Dutch young player, you just take it, because the worst case scenario, though, you don't make it at Liverpool and you go to another club and then you can still revive your career. But I think that there are like 5-6 clubs in world football: Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, and maybe Manchester United, who you don't turn down if you are a young player anywhere in the world. So I think that he made a mistake there, but he has to live with that. I don't think he would have made it at Liverpool, because right now Liverpool have incredibly good attackers, but 6 years ago we weren't that stocked on attackers. We didn't have Salah and Mane, and I think maybe even we didn't have Firmino either 6 years ago. So he could have turned into an exciting striker, but that's already gone. So I don't think we should be too worried about this. I just thought it was an interesting interview about this. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as well. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Goodbye.